Okay, so I'm going to slot these canvas stretcher boards together to show you how to build a canvas today. So you can see that I have 3 of them together already. I have a 4th side here, and you can see that these are made to notch together, kind of like puzzle pieces. You can also see that sometimes they're sort of splintery. I am just going to slide these together. This is my 4th side. And then I'm going to adjust so that the canvas itself is square. So I'm sliding these corners together, making sure that none of my angles feel less or different than 90 degrees. So once I have my stretcher bars together, I'm going to grab a piece of canvas and I'm going to center my canvas center my frame in the middle of the canvas. I want to make sure that it's perfectly center. So I'm kind of going to fold both sides over and make sure that it's going to be the same at the top of the bottom and both sides. I don't want to have one side be really skinny like this. It will be really hard for me to staple. I won't have enough to hang on to. So once I have this centered, what I'm going to do is just fold this first side over and use the staple gun to staple that on. And now across this other side, I'm just going to pull a little bit. So I'm pulling this canvas towards me with my thumbs so that there's tension in the canvas now. And I'm going to staple that second side. I'm going to do the same thing on this very first one. I don't want to pull for my first staple. I'm just holding this for my first staple. First staple is hold. Second staple is pull. So now I'm taking this and I'm pulling this canvas towards me with my thumbs so that I get a lot of tension in the canvas on the front. Now I'm going to do the same thing. You always alternate sides when you're building a canvas. So I'm going to pull and staple. I also want to make sure that my staples go parallel with the edge of the frame. I don't want to staple this direction. It's not as good of a connection point. Now I'm going to turn this around. You always want to work across. I'm going to pull again. You can see by my fingers that I'm pulling really hard. You need your canvas to be tight so that you can paint on it and it doesn't get saggy as you paint. So again, I'm pulling. My staples are about 2 fingers width apart. I'm going to turn and pull. Some of you will find it's easier to pull towards you. Some of you will find it's easier to pull away from you. Just depends. As I go, I'm going to double check that I'm not making any wrinkles and that this is tight. So you can see I'm just continuing to move towards my corners and stapling as I go. If I get staples that don't go all the way in, I can use a hammer to tap those down when I'm finished building. Final side before I go into corners. Making sure that you're pulling that canvas tight as you move toward the end. Always making sure you're alternating which side you're working on. And you're moving from the center outwards to the corner. Next video, corners.